Hey there, this is Mynx Morose. We are here with Crowbar, Awesome Championship Wrestling, ACW in Poughkeepsie, New York. So I'm going to get straight to the important questions. The Mandalorian Season 3. Are people hating on it too much, or was it actually pretty good?
I said this a long time ago. I'm a huge Star Wars fan. When Disney took Star Wars, inevitably you're going to have a few stinkers. You're always going to have a couple stinkers. But at that point in time, I was just happy to have Star Wars back. Has every series gone the way that I wanted it to? No, but I would rather have Star Wars and have things that I'm not crazy about than no Star Wars at all.
Okay. I mean, I personally think The Mandalorian is one of the best TV shows I've ever seen.
I love it.
Yeah. So when I found out that you were a Star Wars fan, I said we absolutely got to talk about that before anything else. How do you feel when people, this thing drives me nuts, is when people compare Star Wars to Star Trek, like they're not vastly different. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much does that annoy you?
Doesn't annoy me. It's just everybody should know that Star Wars is great. Star Trek is for geeks.
I think that sums it up. All right. Do you feel like sometimes there's too much Star Wars stuff to keep up with, like too many movies, too many shows, and sometimes even as a super fan, it gets like, God damn it, I can't keep up with all this stuff.
You can never have enough Star Wars. I've been actually getting home from work late and I've been having a hard time falling asleep. I am writing a Star Wars fan fiction right now in my spare time, and it's just a whole lot of fun. So there's never enough Star Wars.
Okay.
There's more Star Wars.
All right. You can only pick one character, all-time favorite Star Wars character. You can only pick one.
Ooh, that's tough. I don't know. You got to go with Luke. Luke is always great. Not new, not sequel trilogy Luke, but Luke. Mandalorian Luke was badass.
I agree. So let's talk about wrestling a little bit. You have been around for, I want to say
35 years.
Yeah, I was going to say at least 3 decades. I remember watching you in WCW back in the 90s. You've been in WWE, you've been in ECW, you've been in AEW, you've been in TNA. You're one of the few wrestlers, I think it's maybe you and 2 others, that have been pretty much everywhere. So what do you feel like there's still left for you to do?
Everybody asks me why I keep doing this. I'm 52 years old. I am the world's biggest, not only Star Wars fan, but wrestling fan. I love pro wrestling. And as long as my body allows me to do it at a respectable and high level, as long as God allows me to keep doing it at a respectable and high level, and I'm having fun with my lovely wife, I will continue to indulge in my wrestling addiction.
Hell yeah. I mean, you got to go hard to go home pretty much. And that's kind of the attitude that I think you have to have. So from what I understand, you got the nickname Crowbar. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You got the nickname Crowbar because you hit very hard. Is this true?
Nah, that's actually, Crowbar is actually a wrestling term used for people that hit very hard. I was wrestling under my original name, Devin Storm, in WCW, and they came up with the idea to pair me with David Flair, who at that time was doing this psychopathic gimmick, and he was going around whacking people with a crowbar. So he meets me at a gas station, asks me what my name is. They say my name is Crowbar, and because he's hitting people with a crowbar, and I'm a guy whose nickname is Crowbar, that I guess it's kismet or something like that, and that's where it came from.
Okay, awesome. So I'm pretty sure you could correct me if I'm wrong on this one too, but I do my research. You know, I'm a professional. You also work as a physical therapist. Do you feel like those two things make sense together, professional wrestler and physical therapist, or are they kind of opposites, or do you feel like they kind of work? These are kind of perfect together.
It has, without question, enabled me to manage small injuries before they became worse injuries. Just little things, posture and back health, and it's having that knowledge base is one of the major factors that enables me to be able to do what I do at my age and still do things at a high level. So, long and short of it is, it's really enabled me to manage injuries, big and small, and it's one of the main reasons why I'm still here.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, you have to take care of yourself. Even if you're not throwing your body around every day, you still got to take care of it regardless. So let's get back a little bit to the fact that you have pretty much wrestled everywhere, every major company. Is there anything that, like, if you could, let's say you got a time machine from George Lucas himself, and you could go back and do any run over again and do it just a little bit differently, would you do it differently, or do you kind of just have no regrets?
I don't think I do anything differently. I mean, I am beyond grateful for everything that I've had the opportunity to do. It's so much more than I ever expected, so much more than I ever deserved. Thank you. I'm just super grateful, super grateful that I could still do it. I make no bones about it. I love pro wrestling, and just incredibly grateful that I'm still able to do this, and that people still give me an opportunity to wrestle, and just nothing but gratitude.
Hell yeah, that's a great attitude to have. Gotta keep positive, gotta keep thankful. So right now, we are in Awesome Championship Wrestling that is up in Poughkeepsie, New York. And why don't you tell the people who don't know what you're doing here, what you're doing? Who's ass you kicking tonight?
I am going to be in a 4-way hardcore match. Unfortunately, Mance Warner had flight issues, so there's going to be a 4-way hardcore match, which should be really wild.
Okay. And you're confident you're going to be able to take on 3 guys and be good? I mean, you have been doing this for a long time.
I don't know. When I go through the curtain, I kind of snap and I get a little nuts. Who knows what happens? So
you mentioned that the name Crowbar was kind of given to you, pretty much. If you could name yourself after any other weapon that you could use in the ring, what do you think would be another pretty good nickname for you?
Ooh, lightsaber.
Hell yeah. I would love to see a wrestling match where both guys or all the guys have a lightsaber. I think that that's something that you being a big Star Wars fan, me being a big I think all the Star Wars fans would like to see something like that, honestly.
Wrestling has totally evolved to where there is a spot for comedy and little ha-ha and little stuff like that. So, yeah, I wouldn't rule it out.
All right. That's been Crowbar with Awesome Championship Wrestling. And I thank you so much for your time. Appreciate you. And kick somebody's ass tonight. Have a great match.